Okay, you can see my screen. What I'm showing you right now is our enterprise manager that gives you visibility of all the environments. Like I was saying, we always set up the environments for you. One for development, as you see here, one for QA, one for PD. This is our PD environment. Now, in every environment, we also have a change management system, like you have in OMW. So these are the people that we are working on different projects. As you see here, this is our product environment actually. So when we do our product development, we are also using the same system that we'll be giving you. So if this person is done with this, we can go ahead and promote this source from DB to QA. And when from the QA, when you want to promote these changes, you will promote from here to QA to PD, which is our repository. So all of our promotions are safe. We are not doing a DLL change. We will never take down our production because somebody put a wrong code in here. It's all happening at the platform level. I want to show you a quick change. So now this is the easy process tool set. This is the frame. This is the platform we have been talking about. Everything that you have seen so far is being developed with this one. Let's go back to this site. So here we have the production site that Doug was showing, but you can also have, we also have DV, and we also have QA. So let's log in as DV. And let's go to find and track order. And let's click a button here, turn on debug mode. This is going to show you how our pages are built. These pages are built with what we call widgets. These are the small, widgets 109, 652. They are numbered by the ID. And these widgets are what making every page work in our product. And I can go ahead and change each and every widget as needed or as required during an implementation. So this is widget 627, web part. We also call it web part 627, sorry, 267. So let's go to easy process here. Let's go to work with web part and let's find 267. I can double click here. And the minute I double click, here, it's going to ask me, okay, you are trying to check out this source. If you are familiar with JDE, you know this is exactly how OMW works. You have to get the source before you have to basically take a token for it before you start making a change to it. So let's go ahead and do a checkout. The minute I do a checkout, it has my token. So if I go here, it will show that, okay, 267 is checked out by Suman.Parsal, which means nobody else can change this code anymore. That gives you a full integrity on the source. Nobody can change it, things like that. So I'm waiting for this to open. And here's the design mode. So all of our pages are not done with Java or C# code, but rather a drag and drop environments like these. So let's say I want to add a new column here, which is a branch plan, business unit. These are all JDE columns from sales or header files, and we have the intelligence to plug in the data dictionary name to it. So for a user, for a developer, it becomes more user friendly. So I know that this is branch plant. I'm going to drag and drop and add this field as a label. As you see, I can do buttons, checkout, all these standard web controls that you would expect to see. So I'm adding business unit here. It says SHMCU, but then they also made the description business unit. It's smart enough to carry it all from a dictionary. Let's go back to do a find order again. There's the business unit, M30. It's all coming real time from JDE. That's what takes to make a change with our widgets, with our platform. No code change, as you see. And when I do a refresh, it automatically builds behind the scene. So we don't have to build and deploy. We can check it automatically that there was a change. And every time, next time a user requests it, we give him a refresh copy of it.
So, Suman, could you do something that's more intelligent?
Yes.
Just beyond an inquiry?
Yeah, so I just don't want to show you just one quick inquiry, which is UI. I also want to add some logic to it. So let's go ahead and add a new control here, which is a button. I'm going to name this button email info. So let's say this button will email information about this order. And then I can double click inside and go with what I call the brain of the platform. What you just saw was UI. I just drag and drop and added something. This is where I can do something. These are the service module I was talking about. Look at these 400 plus jobs that I can perform without writing any single line of code, whether it's an HTML services or whether it's an FTP services. So if I want to do any FTP, I can do it from an email. I can do all kind of file systems, reading an XML, writing to an XML, copying a directory. Anything that you want to do in .NET or Java, you can do it from here. So what I want to do, I do a quick inquire. So here's my database services. Here's the JDE data. I drag and drop, and I'm going to make this a get tracking info. I can double click. This will take me inside the service builder. Here I can see all the tables. This is how everything that Doug was showing today was built.
And by the way, he's not typing that on the bottom there. He's just dragging.
Yeah, I'm just dragging and dropping. So here I go. Here's my order number. And my order number, I'm tying this with the order number which is on the web page. See, this is called field. That's a web field. And then I'm going to add, then I'm going to find a column called tracking number. So I just inquired a custom table which was F554210. So basically you have access to the entire custom table through our platform.
Or an outside table.
Or outside table, that is correct. So I got the tracking info. Let's do another inquiry. This time I want to get the customer name. So now I go inside this tool. So here I want to do something a little different. I want to right click for the query builder. With the query builder, I can do even join. So let's say I want to join F0101 and F0116, which has the address. This is another example to show you that it's not just drag and drop table. I can do join too. Now I'm going to do a keys, do a column, and this time I'm going to say, okay, address book number. Okay, tie this to the address book number associated with the user. So here my user profile. You see all the user information is here. Their cell phone number, their security, their availability, their date pattern. So I want to just go and look the billing address number and drag and drop and tie that with the billing address number. Right click on the result, go to the column and say give me alpha name. There you go. So now I did two different inquiries to JDE, one to a custom table, one to a JDE master table. Now I have the information I want. I want to send the email. I go down to email services and say, okay, send this email to this customer, right? When he clicks that button. So inside the send email, I'm going to, again, this to email could be coming from customer profile, but I'm going to just hard code my email here. And in the email bar, email subject, you want to name, at any point of time I can go ahead and save it. So I want to name the email subject here. I want to say order info, right? And then here's the thing, I can drag and drop stuff from the right here. So here I'm going to drag and drop the order number. Then I'm going to go to the email body and I'm going to say tracking number. And here is my tracking number that I got from JDE. This allows you to interconnect our services. So that's how you get the job done. You send email, you get information, you put it together. So there was a tracking number and name was the other thing. So let's do the name and here is the name, alpha name. There you go. And you can do the format, HTML, the email that Doug was showing was all HTML. I am just doing a text. So that's complete. Let's do a find order again. So I just finished that coding, adding a column, adding the logic to this page. That's how we do things. We are not compiling code. We are not changing. Anything that you saw today was done with similar tools. So I can just click on 4550, do an email info on this. go ahead and look for the email here. Here's the order info for 4550. Tracking number ABC Company. Real time from JDE done. You like this change? You go to a developer saying that, okay, this is good, promote this to QA. We are going to test it. You promote by clicking here, you promote it. So it's promoting, sending it to QA.
And by the way, what you're seeing here is also why with customization and personalization, it's so easy for us. The Christie's project, we're like in a phase 9 right now, and they've complimented Eric Jansen, he works out of the Rockefeller Center, but he's complimented us throughout the couple of years that we worked with him on how fast we get things done.
This is in the QA now. And I will go ahead and log into production and tell you that production is still old. So you have separate environment. Your user doesn't know that this change is going to be coming in next version of your release. QA is all set. You do the QA, and when you are done with it, you go ahead and promote it. I want to tell you that you can promote at any point of the day. We do a safe promotion. We do a safe swap. You lock the source for a few milliseconds and swap the source. User will not see any difference. So next time they go and do a find, their source has, this is the production. Their source will change behind the scene. Here you go, here's the business unit, here's the email info. All happen behind the scene. User will not know. A lot of our customers still prefer to do all of their promotion in the night, but emergency promotions like these can go ahead anytime. You don't have to worry about breaking the system. And then I can click on the email info here. And now this is from...
So if what happens when a customer is in the middle of a transaction and you've promoted something like you did there in the email, would the customer, as you said, the customer wouldn't notice it, but the transaction would follow all the way through, right?
Yes, the transaction will follow. That's what I was saying about the safe transaction, safe swap. So when objects are not being used, we'll swap it. We take a lock on it and then swap it. And again, you only want to do it if it is an emergency. You don't want to do it, normally it's very easy to schedule it in the evening, late weekends, things like that.
Do you have any backup?
The point I was mentioning that a widget is a separate piece. Widget is not DLL. A DLL, when you move, you can break a site. A widget will never break your site. It is a contained inside its own runtime.
Gotcha.
Do you have any backup procedure when you put a change? If you want to go back to, if you want to roll back your changes, how do you do that? Can you just push your package back, or you just deploy the previous package?
You have what we have is the archive module here. So archive allows you to back out any CMS. CMS, all the promotions, everything are backed up. We also back up everything in your specified folder. So I'll show you here. So everything that I was doing, as you see, they have a new source, old source. They are all backed up. This is the web part I was working on, and you specify where you want to back up in a setting. I want to show you quickly in the production environment, configuration, CMS settings. So you specify, these are the CMS settings. So that's where you specify where you want to do the repository and everything, and that's how everything gets backed up.